Hello everyone, this is Karthik from Team Sookshmas. Today I'm going to discuss about solution for placement activity questions. This is the first question. This question is belongs to the Java and concept is belongs to the garbage collection. Public class Sookshmas and execution of the program begin from the main method. Here I have created the string buffer object with a value called Java. And here I have created one more string buffer object with a value called Spring. And here I'm performing the simple assignment operator. S2 is assigned for the S1. Take this example. So I have created the string buffer object with the value Java. S1 is reference pointing to the Java. I have created the one more string buffer object with a value called Spring. Okay, S2 is pointing to the Spring. Then after that, I'm performing the simple assignment of operator. S2 is pointing to the S1. Mean to say that S2 is assigned for the S1. Definitely S1 is pointing to S2, and this way. This is what the simple assignment. S1 is equal to S2, and now your S1 is start pointing to the string buffer object with a value called the Spring. And here these are the some of the options. This question is belongs to the garbage collection. So string buffer object with the value Java is eligible for the garbage collection, and second option string buffer object with the value Spring is eligible for the garbage collection. Third option is option 1 and 2, and the fourth option is none of the above. And when this operation performed, now your S1 is start pointing to the string buffer object with the value Spring, and S2 is also pointing to the string buffer object with the value called Spring, and no reference is pointing to the string buffer object with the value called Java, and this object is set to be a garbage collection. This is the first option is the right option. This is the first question. This question is belongs to the garbage collection. We'll go for the second question. Second question is also belongs to the garbage collection only. And this is the question. How many objects are eligible for the garbage collection even after the static method called get8 has completed? Now these are the some of the option 1 and the 2 and the 3 object, and the fourth one is the 0. And execution of the program begin from the main method. This is the static method. That is the reason I'm not yet created any object. I'm directly calling the get8. So it will reach us here. So after that, inside this get date static method, I have created two objects. The first object is belongs to the date, and second object I have created for the string buffer. And now I'm just trying to print the current date and time by using the string buffer reference. And after this, this method returns an object. This method returns the D2. That is the reason when you are returning an object, and your return type should be the class name. So after that, this will come over here and assign for the reference to the date class. And most important thing is don't forget to import. Why? Because date class present in the util package. Then when you are trying to returning this object, that will be stored in another reference. Now, after when the control is coming out of this get date, this string buffer object is no longer required. After when the control is coming out of this string buffer object is no longer required, and this is set for the garbage collection. So correct answer is only one object. This is the question. How many objects are eligible for the garbage collection even after the getDate method has been completed? Only one object. That object we call it as a string buffer object is no longer required when the control is coming out of the getDate. First two questions is belongs to the garbage collection. We'll go for the third question. Third question is a very simple question, and this is also belongs to the Java. Public class Sookshmas and public static void main, int k is equal to 10, int k is equal to 3. And if it is true, Java will be displayed. If it is false, definitely Spring will be displayed. This is the first option, Java and Spring. And the third option is runtime error. And the fourth option is a compile time error. So correct answer is you will get the compile time error. What kind of error encounters? Incompatible types. Int cannot be converted into the Boolean. So if followed by, you have to specify any true or false. So if you specify true or false, definitely if it is true, Java will be displayed. If it is false, Spring will be displayed. So then after that, if you write it like this, definitely it will expect a Boolean type of value, or else you can go for simple, you can add one more assignment. So now definitely k value is 10. So condition is definitely false. Definitely it will display the Spring. But if you use a simple assignment operator like this, so it will leads to the compile time error. Why? Because it expects a Boolean type. This is the fourth question. public class Sookshmas, execution of the program begin from the main method, final int k is equal to 10, final int d, and d is equal to 3, int v is equal to 3, and switch of v, and we are comparing with the first case. If it is true, Java will be printed. If it is false, it will go for the second case. If it is matched with the second case, string will be displayed. If switch of expression is not matched with any of the cases, definitely it will execute the default block. And these are the following options. The first one is the Java, second one is the Spring, and the third one is the Hibernate, and the fourth one is the compile time error. So what's the answer? You will get the compile time error. Constant expression required. So this is what the compile time error will get it. So some of the point you have to remember is case constant must be the compile time constant. Okay, since the case argument has to be resolved, case argument resolved at the compile time, and case constant must be the compile time constant. Mean to say that if you use any constant value like this, any constant are the final variable. This is the final variable. If you use any constant or the final variable, that has to be assigned here. It must be assigned with the some values. Okay. So here declaration is here and initialization performing here. So instead of that, if I assign 12, so error will be come over here. Why? Because cannot assign the value. Already we have assigned the value for the final variable. We are unable to assign once again. So we'll perform the, so I will just ignore this. I will do comment. Then after this, if you are trying to run, so definitely switch off expression match with the case, definitely the string will be displayed on the screen. Suppose if you are declared here, so in this case, you will get the compile time error like constant expression required. This is the question. This belongs to the C programming. Int main var 1 end with a semicolon, 2 end with a semicolon, 3 is end with a semicolon. And printf followed by the C. And these are all the following options. The first option is C. Second option is infinite time, it's print the C. And third option is no output. And the fourth option is compile time error. When I'm trying to run this code, wait, we have to put a semicolon here. See, this is the output. No output will be displayed on the screen. Why? Because this is the initialization. You can say this is a conditional increment. In this way, this is only one is present, and the condition area, the constant expression is there. 2, it always true. 2 is present over here in the condition place. It always true. Okay. Then after that, it will go for the 3. So why? Because 2 is implemented, or else 2 is I have used here in the condition place. It always gives you the true. It's always true. So once you remove the semicolon, I'm trying to run the code. See, C will be displayed infinite times. Why? Because first it will come over here 1, the 2 always true, then C again it will come back to position 3 again. This one is always true. 2 is become completely true. The constant value it needs to be true. Instead of that, if I put a 0, definitely when you are trying to run this code, see, condition become false. When you place 0, the condition become false. There is no output will be displayed on the screen. Why? Because if it is true, it will go. If it is false, it never will display the value. So instead of that, if I place some other value called 12, see here, it will display the value infinite time. So if you place any constant value in the place of condition, so it will true. So this is the question. If I end with a semicolon, definitely it is not entering for the C only. Why? Because the for loop end with the semicolon. Here it never enter for the, so this statement. So that's the reason when you are trying to run this code, okay, no output will be displayed on the screen.
Okay, let us discuss the solution for JavaScript questions which has appeared in previous placement activity. Here is the first question. We have considered a let And it is what, like in year 6, how we define a variable's names. We can use a let as well, along with var, let, const. Okay, this is how we declare a variable. And here we have taken a variable's name Sookshmas, and again the let quantity and the let code. And in the console log, we are not using any single quote or double quote to print the values or string here. We have used a template literals and what is the output is the question. In here are the options: compile error and the social media platform with whatever um followed by flower brackets we have considered that one, and other one option as like adjust a social media platform, and we are fetching the values from the variables and the empty screen. Okay, and let's look into the solution. Here the option C is true. I'll just run the code and show you. We'll explain you later. I've commented all the files, so I've just considered like saved it as HTML and used a script tag. I'll just save this and run here. Here is the output screen, and what is the answer is the question. Here I'll just inspect and show you in the console log, because we have written it in a console. We have to check it in a console log what it prints. Okay. Yeah. Here is the output. Our social media platform Sookshmas is located in Bangalore, and its code is 12345. Okay. This is what we'll get up in a print statement when we use the literals. Let us look into the explanations why it is so. As I said before, let keyword we use for a block scope, and when we are declaring the variables, we use that let keyword, and it is used for only the block scope, and can be used also only for a block scope. You cannot use for whole class or function or in other specific areas. It is only specified with the specific block. And whenever let keyword is used, the importance is you can, with the same a keyword let, you can redeclare. Okay, how many things you want to redeclare, you can redeclare the variables. If you have considered let a is equal to 10, and you can redeclare with the a is equal to 100, etc. Okay, whatever the variable you have name you have considered, you can redeclare n number of times. It does not affect anything. By using where keyword, where variables, if you declare it, you cannot have it for a block scope, and redeclaration is you cannot do it. Okay, this is what it is. The difference is it is used in a new ES6, new version of a JavaScript, and whatever template literals are enclosed with a backtick, it is present like one left to the one in a keyboard, whatever you have it. And instead of a single or double quotes, you can use the template literals, and template literals can contain a placeholder, as I've said here, and here these are indicated by a dollar sign and the curly braces. Okay, this is how whatever variables name or expressions you want to consider, you have to put it inside the flower brackets. And expression interpolation is what we have done here. Like any valid expression is allowed to appear inside that dollar symbol and with expressions. In the interpolation string letter, you can include a function calls, inline function expression calls, and even other interpolated string literals. Okay, and we have used like backtick around the series of characters which are interpreted as a string literal, but any expression of the form are passed and evaluated in the inline immediately. And this is what we have just used like the template literals and like a dollar symbol with the names. What it does here, it fetches the names, whatever variables values we have considered, that values will appear, and the output will be a social media platform. Sookshmas is located in Bangalore, and its code is 12356. Okay, this is what the first question. Let us move into the second question. Yeah, this is the second question. Class dog we have considered, and a constructor we are just passing a argument as a name. It is same as like what we do in a Java or like other object oriented concept. And we have a like after constructor we have just used like function and too many functions in the same class, introduce function and a static function. Okay, and we are just printing, and how we can fetch the value using the static, and how we created a normal to fetch a normal function, how we have introduced is the question, and here are the options. Yeah, in which order it has fetched is the question. Like here I've considered as like whatever the values in a static console log which I'm printing here, that have considered, and what is in a function what I'm printing, I've considered that. Here you have to remember the order what you're doing. Like dog bark constant my dog is equal to, you're creating a like instance, okay, and also instance for a class, and also like by using that in reference you are just calling the functions, and by using directly with a class name and a function name directly you are calling this. And after creating an object, like which what is the order it is calling is the question. Here are the options, and you can just go with this. The option is option A. It follows this order. Let us look what is that, or like what is static and what is class, etc. I'll just run with the code, and after I'll get back to the explanation. Here's the code. We have considered a class, constructor, and whatever I've explained in the PPT, the same code has been put here. And here I just mentioned this is static method, and calling the static method here as well. I'm calling a static method before creating a object, before creating a instance for a class or etc. Let me run this. You can see here the output. Yeah, I've refreshed the page. You can see here the output. Like it comes in the order how we have printed there. Let us look at the explanation why it is so and what it is, how do we use it in a JavaScript. And within a JavaScript, class static keyword defines a static method for a class. Like I've used a static keyword there. It defines like static method for a class. Static methods are not called an individual instance of a class, but are called on a class itself. Okay, as we have used with the keyword like with the class name dog followed by like whatever the method we have considered static method. It is not used with individual instance. Instead, we have just using like a class along with the class. Okay, that is what it is saying. And but like as I've said, therefore they tend to be like general utility methods. It's not like any different. It is like a general utility methods. And JavaScript supports the concept of a classes as a syntax for creating objects, as we have used earlier. And classes specifies the shared properties and the methods that object produced from the class will have. Okay. When an object is created based on the class, the new object is refers to an instance of a class. New instances are created using a new keyword. As we can see, your instance we have created constant my dog. Like you have to, whenever you are creating that, you have to use a new keyword. And constant is like how you create a variable. As I've said, let, var, and const you can use. And constant when you use, you cannot change the values. Once it is declared, it is fixed. My dog, it is just a name you have considered, and you are creating instance of a class, new dog. Okay, here is a new keyword, and a dog is a class name, and you are passing the values German Shepherd as like constructor of name. It goes here, and it after introduce function, whenever we have used like this dot name, it refers to your. Okay, my favorite pet is German Shepherd. Okay, this is what happening here. And also as what we are saying here, and classes as if we have used it can have a constructor method, and this is a special method that we call when object is created. And constructor methods are usually set into initial values for the object. Okay, this is what all about this second program.
Now we can move to the Python question solution. The first question is here the first question. In this question, I'm creating one list called check. That list having some values, that is S, O, O, K, S, H, M, A, S. These are the different characters, and that is stored in a values of a list. Then next line, I'm just doing a slice operation. That is slice operation is I'm taking first like a parameter is -1. -1 means it is first just reversing the order of a list. That means it just like a reverse order means S A M S H sorry H S K O O S. It will takes first. Then I'm doing one more like operation, that is a -3. -3 means moving 3 step forward to each step. Means first it will start from S. Yes, it is taken, then move forward to 3. That is 1, 2, 3. It will take H. Then again move forward to 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it will take. Again, move forward to 3. 1, 2. There is no element after this 2. So it will just displaying a S, H, O. It will take only 3 characters, that is a S, H, O. So first it will reverse the order of a list. Then it will take a like 3 step forward for each element. So the final answer is SHO is displaying. The B answer is right. And so here is the like different options there. In that options, SHO is the right answer. Okay, we can run this program and let me check which is the right answer, and I'll show you that which is the right answer. That is a B only. Even B, I know that. I'll show you which is the right answer is exactly to you also. So okay, you can wait for a compilation. I'm using online compiler. You can also download the Python software. Okay, see here SHO is displaying. That will it will first reversing the order, then it will take a 3 step forward for each element. First it will pick S, then 1, 2, 3. H will print, then 1, 2, 3. O will print, then 1, 2. And there is no any other character, so it will stop to print the SHO only. So we can move to the next question. The next question is this is the next question. Here I'm taking one dictionary that is called as a chuck also. In that dictionary, I'm storing some values that is in a structure of key and values. This is 1 as a key and Sookshmas is a value. Here the Sookshmas is a key and 2 is a value. And next is 3.0 is a key and Sookshmas is a value. So here the Sookshmas is a totally a different, like only the which I'm using uppercase and lowercase, that will be shuffle only. That is not much difference. So be careful while checking in this. So next I'm doing a while operation, that is it will check up there is any means while check. While check means this is a dictionary. Here there is this is not any like condition. This is a dictionary. I'm taking here check as a dictionary. So it will check if there is any value, then it move to the, if any value is there, that will be considered as a true only. If there is no any value in there present in that dictionary, it will consider as a 0. 0 means false, then it come out of the loop. So check first thing is even check is having a values, that is a 3 values means 3 pairs, so it is a true. So it will move to the inside of the while. Inside of the while means first it is popping. Pop item. Pop item means you know about the pop thing. Means how the pop is working. Pop is working is means last. Whatever the thing is present in a last, that will pop out first. So same like whatever the elements present here, which is the last one, 3.0 and Sookshmas. This pair is the last. So it is popping out first. Then next move to this and next move to this. Like the same way it pop from last to first. So finally after this, it will print a done. So based on my explanation, which is the right answer? Here the C is the right answer. It is not pop the first element. It pop the last element first. So there is no error in this code. Okay, let me show you how it is work in a compilation. I'll show in that also. Then you can clearly get this. So okay, let me run this. How pop operation is working, which is a pair is present in a last, or which is the element is present in a last, that will pop first. So same in manner of first to last. So it will pop first, then this one, then this one. Finally, after this while completion, finally last is print is done is displaying. So option C is right answer. Okay, we can move to the next question. This is a simple question here. Here I'm taking a empty class. It is a just empty class. How we can declare in a in C other the kind of language. So here in a Python, we are just displaying like we are creating a empty class like in this format. So after this creating a class, I'm just creating one object for a class. A class is an empty class. So after that creating, even this is a specialized character thing here present in a Python is like I can create a object variable like in this format. So here I'm creating one object variable, means like a class variable, that is a name. and I'm storing the some value. So and after that, I'm just fetching the same value by object dot name. So there is no error is there in this code. It is such a simple concept, that is a empty class concept. In this, I can create a variable or else a object even outside of the class. So this is how I can create. So I'm just storing the value and here I'm fetching. So there is no error in this code. So which is the right answer? Means this is a right means invalid syntax. It is not. The name variable I can create it, even I can create here. So it is not undefined. Here I'm creating and here I'm fetching. So Sookshmas Bindya. So not only the value is displaying here, with along with this string also concatenating. So that finally option B is the right answer. Okay, let me run this code. I'll show you how it is work. Here I'm using, I already told you that I'm using online compiler. You can also use online or else you can download. Okay, see here the name equals to Sookshmas Vidya is displaying. This is all about the Python question solution which is appearing in the previous Sunday activity. Keep on active in a placement preparation activity. Keep on playing. Then do strong or else you can easily crack your interview and coding things, interview things and all. So all the best. Thank you.